start simply, I guess. Your thoughts on the match tonight?
Oh yeah, we knew it was going to be a match where we didn't have the ball that much, which you also saw in the game. I think to be able to, for us at the moment to get out of San Diego with like a point or even a win, we just knew that the defensive part was going to be the key, and I think I think the team works really hard defending. Uh, then you can always say that we didn't really create that much, which is of course also a major challenge for us. But I think we defended well, more or less throughout the game. But also, sometimes it's like when you put too, you when you have a bar on your shoulders and you're gonna do a squat and you put more kilos on, for every attack that comes. And I think that was kind of where we were at today. That eventually they scored the goal, and then of course it was going to be hard for us to actually get back into the game, even if I think we continue to work hard defensively, try to change the game a little bit with some substitutions. I think the ones that came on, they really tried to to give us a little bit of an injection. I think Nadia Gomes really did a good job up front, trying to be a threat in behind. But we also played a team that today were quite much better than we were.
I mean, do you feel that the match started perhaps with that bar on your shoulders already pretty heavy?
No, not really. I think we had a plan to sit lower in defending because it was important to keep the team compact, which I think we did, especially in the first half. We really did. We kept the team compact. Then, of course, they have a lot of quality, especially also on the wings. They're good in combinations. So we knew that, okay, if we're going to have to prioritize to open up the central space or to let them have the wider areas, we prioritize to try to get them wide, and then try to at least defend on the wide breakthroughs. And I think we did that in a good way, more or less throughout the game, and especially in the first half when we have the energy. You can also tell that it's the third game in six days, which was quite telling at the end. And even if we made the substitutions quite early, three of them, so we have a lot of tired players. With that said, I think everyone worked really hard today, and I told the players after the game, they worked really hard, and especially in defending. And that was something we talked about before the game, to actually be able to look each other in the eyes afterwards and say that at least we worked as hard as we can. And then today we just played a team that were better than us, and sometimes you also have to kind of, even if it's always disappointing losing, sometimes you also have to accept that the opponent is a better team.
And just sort of looking at the starting 11s over this week long period, there weren't really a lot of rotation, at least to start the game. I mean, sort of what went into that decision making? I believe it's seven of the outfield players stayed the same for all
Yeah,
three games.
yeah, yeah. But if you look at the squad, we have, of course, we have had availability today to this game. We lost Michel, but we also got Katie Heinrich back. So that's also really important for us. But we made some early substitutions in the last game to also kind of try to get some freshness, and not overloading some of the players. But it's gonna be a lot of the same starters, because we don't have a team we don't have a squad with a depth that we can change 11 players and think that the quality is going to be the same, because I don't think any team in the league has that type of depth. It's also the same if you look at San Diego. I think they maybe made one change in their team from the last game. So I don't think the teams have so you can make to sub in a fully new team. So we made a couple of changes, some that we had to, and some that we kind of felt that we wanted to try in some other players.
Right. Safe travels. See you next week.
Oh, thank you, Leslie.
Joe?
Thanks, Luis. Thanks, Martin. Always appreciate the time.
Hey,
Coach, with all the hard work, right? You could see how much work this team was putting in on the defensive end. How frustrating is it just how little they were able to get in that final third? It was like 5 touches in the 18. It's just not much.
no, no, no. It's not much, and of course, that's something we really, we're not happy with that. And also, if you ask the players, I had a long chat with Julia after the game, and I think Julia did a good game again. She's trying to keep hold of the ball, but you know, uh, today we didn't really have the capacity to actually get into the final third with control that many times. I think once again, it could be a result of us being a bit tired, but also like you said, like we were working really hard to kind of get hold of the ball, and then we just have to find the next level of this, and that is also keeping the ball when we win it, which I think we did in a good way against Kansas. That's also we had a bit of a better game against Kansas. In Orlando, we also did okay in keeping the ball, but today I think we had to work even harder in defending because San Diego is a team that controls the ball in a good way. So with that said, maybe we were a little bit more tired today when we won the ball, so that's also makes it a bit more complex to keep in it. But of course, we need to get better in that sense, just trying to keep the ball when we win it, actually to get the team in a bit higher position so we can move into the opponent half with more control. And yeah, so I haven't seen the statistics yet, but I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna see.
Yep. Understood. Thank you so much. Safe travels and bring some sun home for us at least, please.
Thanks, Joe.
Got a none? Anything?
No, I just want to ask Coach Martin, uh, in the defensive, which you think was your best player today, or there's one player that impressed you in this game specifically today?
Yeah, but I think everyone should have I don't know what I want to today I want to say that the team effort in defending was the best thing today. But then if you look at individual players, I think Julia Grosso again did a good game. I think she's been showing that she's a very good player. And today she also showed that she's also a very good player in defending because we know that she's a good player in technically keeping the ball and stuff like that. But today, I think she showed that she has a good character also in when it comes to defending. I think she did well. I also think Manaka, once again, she shows that she has been taking so many steps since last season, and she's doing good. So I think maybe just to mention two of them, maybe Mana and Julia should have a bit of more of yeah, a little bit more extra after this game. But yeah, those are the two that I think maybe stood out in that sense.